Today, the big stars, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, LSU, Florida, respectively. Jamar Chase returned to LSU after opting out of the 2020 season. Some numbers, 4.38 40, vertical 41 inches. Tigers receiver had a breakout season in 2019, 84 catches, over 1,700 yards and 20 touchdowns. He was just on live with us and Ryan Clark in the last hour. Meanwhile, in Florida, Kyle Pitts on the field, showing off for the Gators, for the Scouts. The Gator tight end, considered by Mel Kiper Jr. the number 2 overall player in the draft. He has yet to catch passes, but he has done and run the 40. He was actually running the 40 here. 4.44 was his official 40 time, but he's yet to catch passes. So we'll have Kyle Pitts and what he's going to be doing coming up throughout the hour on SportsCenter. Now, both of these talented players expected to be off the board within the first 10 picks. McShay, Kiper have each of them in the 5 to 7 range. You can get the quarterbacks expected to go 1 through 4. Both guys had the Eagles selecting one of these two elite receiving threats. It'll be fun to watch to see where they go. SportsCenter on the Road is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Go down to Gainesville. Jeremy Fowler joining us now. And Fowler, what are you hearing? There's got to be some buzz around Kyle Pitts right now. What are you hearing about how NFL front offices are viewing him? Tight end, receiver, both? What do you have?
Well, Matt, the buzz is justified. I've spoken to numerous NFL execs who said Kyle Pitts might be the very best player in this entire draft, regardless of position. He's a weapon. He can block as a tight end, but they love him out wide as a receiver. I spoke to a longtime NFL offensive coach, said it's the best tape he's ever seen for a tight end. And really, Jalen Ramsey would be the only guy you could line him up against that he couldn't beat. And so teams just wanted to come here and simply see what the buzz is about in person. So Pitts delivered when I was standing next to a few scouts as Pitts ran his 40 time in that 4.45 range. There was a visceral reaction like, wow, this guy is nearly 250 pounds, nearly 6'6", with a nearly 84-inch wingspan doing all this. And so we all know the quarterbacks are probably going to go 1, 2, 3 in this draft, but it's noteworthy that the teams drafting 4, 5, 6, Falcons, Bengals, Dolphins, all have their head coaches here in part to watch Pitts.
And Jeremy, we just showed some of the video of Pitts doing some of the drills. Do you know about where they are? Pro days tend to be a moving target. Where is Pitts in terms of his actual workout?
So it's all checked out. I mean, the 40 time, both of them were in that mid 4.4 range, so like 4.45, I think is where some scouts had him. And he even kind of stumbled out of the gate on the first one. And so he's looked the part. He had a broad jump of nearly 11 feet, right in that 10.7 range. So far, he's passed those tests. That really hasn't been an issue, but really they want to see him catch some passes, which should be any minute now. Okay, good. We'll come back to you, or we'll go back to the video when he starts catching those passes from his quarterback, Kyle Trask. Jeremy Fowler with us live in Gainesville. Jeremy, thank you.
Let's keep it going on in Kyle Pitts as it's just getting going down in Gainesville. Say hello to our NFL analyst, Dan Orlovsky, alongside our draft analyst, Matt Miller. Dan, I'm going to start with you, and obviously we know the size of Kyle Pitts and how athletic he is, and he's got that wide receiver speed is what they're saying. So all that taken into consideration, whose game, whose skill set in the NFL right now does Kyle Pitts remind you of?
Yeah, the unicorn, Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs. I think for a couple reasons. First of all, Sage, he can do so much before the snap for your young quarterback. You know, you can move him all over the place, in the slot, out by himself, and for a quarterback, you're gathering information. Hey, man, is this defense playing in zone or is it in man? And then it becomes a matchup problem. Hey, if you love the guy out there playing a defense on him, it's like, hey, I'm going to throw this to Kyle Pitts. I don't care what the defense is. I just know that my guy is better. That's exactly what they do with Travis Kelce in Kansas City. The second thing is this. He's got a great feel for color and space. He's not just this big athlete that has no feel. Like playing, Travis Kelce's got this special feel. He's got that as well. And then Jeremy Fowler just said his wingspan was 83 inches. That's absolutely absurd. I mean, that's like 7 feet. So the fact that he has that wingspan matched with the athleticism, matched with the route running capability, he's very much so Travis Kelce for me.
You might want to compare him to LeBron James. We just don't see athletes like this in college football. When I watched him play, I thought this player reminds me of Mike Evans at Texas A&M. If you remember, he was the guy bailing out Johnny Manziel while he was running around scrambling. Mike Evans' ability to point the football and win in the red zone, that's where I was seeing some of Kyle Pitts. But important to look at today, Kyle Pitts' athletic numbers are actually better than Mike Evans, who is a legit wide receiver in the NFL. So Kyle Pitts is special, like you said. You can line him up anywhere. You'll Darren Waller, his game with his ability to play that wide position, beat linebackers underneath. beat safeties. And I love what Fowler said about maybe the only guy in the NFL who could cover him is Jalen Ramsey. For the Atlanta Falcons, if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, you're looking at ways to improve and open up your offense. Kyle Pitts immediately helps what you're already doing there. Look what Arthur Smith did with Jonnu Smith, who became a very good tight end in the NFL as a good athlete. Arthur Smith in Atlanta would make Kyle Pitts an all-pro, and Kyle Pitts would make Arthur Smith's job a lot easier right out of the gate.
You know what? I'm sure Kyle Pitts would take any and all of those comparisons. Once again, they're just getting going down in Gainesville, and we're going to specifically wait to see what the scouts want to see, which is how he catches those balls. We'll bring it to you as it happens here on SportsCenter.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.